Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you. I'm required to tell you this because that's what all YouTubers do. Okay, bye.
Oh, this bitch needs to be put down.
That's it! No matter what,
No!
you'll still
Daddy, no.
lose. Playtime is over! Here I come! Van!
Hey, we should do this again.
There's no time to play games.
Piece of cake.
No chance to win against me.
Come on, step it.
Let me show you my What, you think you can hold me? Get off me! Chaos control!
You're too slow.
I don't think so.
Beer fucking ass man, she fucking deserves that shit. She fucked your boyfriend.
I'm all upgraded. Anyways, this video is gonna be all my thoughts on Sonic Prime. You know, because it was a lot. And y'all had better like that clip I edited, because that took way too long. Way longer than it should have. I think I'm gonna sound a little bit tired in like the middle of this video because like I was. But at the same time, I'm trying to get this uploaded as soon as I can. Because I do start college like almost less than a month from now, so I'm a little nervous for that. But anyways, this is all my thoughts. I hope you like new sprites I made. Yeah, that's it for now. See you 4 or 5 minutes later. I'm really happy. I checked again, and the video I made got 223 views, which is like a lot for me, right? Like that's a lot of people. Like, I can't even imagine 30 people in my house. That's too much. Okay, so this video is gonna be a little bit different because this time I decided to take some notes. Give me a sec, let me just adjust my mic here. Okay. I have a whole thing full of notes. I'm drawing right now as well because I got stuff to do. I'm not 100% sure how far I'm gonna get in this recording. Because of I guess like events happening around my life right now. So I guess I'll just read because I made bullet points, and these are basically just my personal thoughts that are most prevalent in my mind right now because of what I saw. So I guess the first one is basically when Sonic Prime takes place, because it was confirmed that these are supposed to take, or the show was supposed to take place during the games, or it's in the same timeline as the games. So it can't happen any earlier than Sonic Colors, but it can't happen any later than Sonic Frontiers, obviously, and most likely Forces and Sonic Team Racing. Okay, and you might be wondering, how did I reach this conclusion? And that's a great question. And the answer is Orbot and Cubot. They are present in the first episode of Sonic Prime, right? And I think that's their way of like evidently telling us or giving us a marker, right? Because Orbot and Cubot, the first time they were seen in the canon was Sonic Colors. And that lines up well too, because if you look at Eggman's machines in there, his tech does kind of match and like has similar like design, or it's similar in design to like the machines he made in Sonic Colors and a little bit in Sonic Unleashed, right? Like even the egg forces that they show in there, they're like heavily, like I saw somebody compare them to like the ones in Sonic Unleashed. They're very similar, right? So I think that's their way of kind of giving us a timeline that like this can't be like pre-Sonic Colors at all, because like Orbit and Cubot are there, so it wouldn't make sense unless they were like supposed to be there in the middle of before Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, but it doesn't really make sense. And then the reason I don't really think that this takes place after Forces is because like Sonic doesn't recognize any of the shit going on in New York. Like, it did not look familiar to him at all. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. When we all saw the trailer, we immediately thought Forces. Like, I instantly thought Forces. So the fact that he doesn't even like reference like Infinite or like the Freedom Fighters or whatever the fuck, like, I think that's a pretty clear indicator. Another counter argument could be Eggman's schemes in earlier games. I know some people might be thinking about like Sonic Colors or Unleashed, because in those he both like makes his own theme park. But at the same time, it's not really like the same as New York. You know what I mean? Because like New York is just straight up like 1984 looking ass city. And the other ones were like theme park, casino, fun stuff, yeah. Basically what I'm trying to say is that like Sonic Colors is all, wow, look, Candyland, wow, look, SeaWorld. And then like Sonic Forces is all like, war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. You know, that type of shit. I mean, Sonic Colors was about like the enslavement of alien races, but the way they read it was like, did not acknowledge that at all. So I don't know if I can really acknowledge that either, because they just play it off so like for a serious tone. They do not give a fuck. You know what I mean? Right, so in a way you can tell that it's kind of different, I guess. So it makes sense why Sonic doesn't really recognize any of the shit going on. Also, was Sonic having flashbacks to like Sonic Adventure 2? Like, what was that? What was that? I'm genuinely curious. Okay, this one is about how Sega might be retconning a lot of stuff, which is also another thing I want to get into, because I saw some people complaining about the show, like specifically Sonic's character, and it kind of it pissed me off a little, because if what they're saying is true, it's most likely that's just for the sake of the plot, and it just makes sense. I'll get into it. And real quick, I feel like I gotta come to my boy Sonic's defense real quick, because I saw people like on social media getting hella mad at him, being like, oh, he didn't listen to Nine's feelings, he wasn't listening to Nine, oh, he was being an ass. But like, first off, he was listening to Nine. Literally since the start of this season, he's been listening to that motherfucker. Like, the second he heard his voice through the robot, Deadass, he was like, alright, let me go save you. And then Nine was like, no, I want you to do this, this, and this. And then Sonic was like, okay. And then he went back out to the void, and he's like, hey Sonic, you gotta do this, this, and this. And he's like, okay. Right? But then, literally, at the end of the season, right, where he's like, oh, I assumed you wanted me to use this to rewrite the Grimm or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, where? When? Since when? Like, where the fuck did he say yes to that plan? And also, like, literally last season we left off on Nine explaining this shit to him, and then Sonic being like, nah, dog, I don't want to do that. I want to save my friends. I want to save these bitches and shit. Let me go back. Sonic never consented to your plan of, like, literally just taking all the shards and using it to, like, make the Grimm. So to those who are still tripping, I'm sorry. I missed the part where Sonic said, yeah, Nine, let's go live in an empty dimension where you can rebuild and play God, and it'll just be you, me, Shadow for the rest of eternity. Like, I missed that part. I missed that episode. I know where it was, but I missed it. I'm sorry. And another thing is, like, bro, it's just a city. If you want a new start, just leave. Just leave, bro. You don't gotta be there. Just leave. Like, to be serious for a moment, they're both kind of at fault. If either one of them just took like 3 seconds to clarify with each other and realize what's up, crisis could have been avoided probably. But yeah. But yeah, another thing that I've seen people ragging on is that he kind of acts like out of character, which yeah, I get. But just hear me out. Since this is canon to the game, then that means that Sonic Colors, Sonic Lost World are also canon. And I feel like that actually makes a lot of sense, right? Because from what I think they're trying to do, especially with the shards can rewrite reality and whatnot, and now that Sonic Superstars is coming out, and they're also hinting that they're gonna retcon a lot of shit from the classic games, I think Sonic Prime is just gonna bridge the giant like sinkhole that was like the start of like the Roger Craig Smith-ish era. You know? How like Sonic was just completely like total 180 personality shift. Yeah. And that's why I think it's kind of justified that he's kind of acting like out of character. Because yeah, he's kind of acting out of character in a lot of cases, but it's also like it kind of lines up with that writing that they had for like Lost World, where he was acting like a total doofus. Yeah, so I think that this series is Sega's way of making this timeline more cohesive, so that they can change shit around and just make it make more sense and have like, you know, more potential for storytelling and whatnot. And it just makes sense because like the second I heard Nine say that thing about, oh, if I don't do this right, shit could get rewritten, shit could be out of place, shit could be wherever. That kind of made it click in my head because I'm like, oh, okay, Sega's probably gonna use this to like maybe rewrite Lost World or give Sonic the character arc he never really got to have. A way that they could bring back the Sonic we had during like the Jason Griffith era, that was more like of a silent introvert, more level-headed, more cunning. Just, I can't really put it into words. It just makes sense with all the new stuff that got introduced with Frontiers, like Styx and Tangled just got added to canon. And I think that Prime might be a great way that they're gonna introduce them. Imagine the series finale where they finally put the crystal back together, and then once reality is rewritten, everybody has like their video game voice actors. Or I just think that's how they're gonna do it. If I get it right, y'all owe me $5. That's all I'm gonna say. This might sound out of nowhere, but I want the 8-year-old to get his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Shadow's gonna offer. I just thought of this. I know Shadow's gonna offer. He's gonna go up to Sonic and be like, hey, I know he looks like your dead brother, but if you can just lure him out to the void, he might even be in the void right now. If you could just lure him out, give him the little juke juke, and he'll be gone. He'll be down. That's all you gotta do. That's all good. Right? Like, I think it'd be really funny. And either way, really just cool to see Shadow and Nine fight. Like, let's be honest, they both got really cool like fighting techniques. I just really want to see an 8-year-old get his ass beat. Like, let's be real. Let's like, I can just imagine Shadow just grabbing him with one hand and just chucking him with the other. He might be a little heavy because of the tails, that's for sure, but he could still do it. I promise you, he could still do it. But yeah, that's a random thought I had in the moment. I just had to say that. Alright, done. Okay, real quick, I just want to promote my Redbubble. I have a couple stickers out there already. You know, so please check it out. Like I said, I'm entering college soon, so it would be a really big help if you went to go check it out. You know, share it with a friend. You don't even have to buy anything. Like, it would just mean the world to me. Well, yeah, like I said, help a broke bitch out. Okay, college is expensive. Alright, thank you. subscribe if you were gonna wait this long.